Hi everybody, Heather from New Zealand here. Today we're going to spend some time talking about procrastination, putting things off. Are you a master at doing that and really don't want to get things done so you can rest and relax rather than having things that you're constantly putting on a to-do list? Why don't you keep watching and we'll talk all about that and some other Flylady stuff. Okay, so as always, is your sink shiny? Are you dressed to shoes? We've been adding heaps of things to our Flylady list. So let's do a little bit of a review. So first of all, have a look at your control journal and make sure you've got these things on. If you haven't been following us on these steps, no need to worry, don't stress. Go back to step number 1 and build up step by step up to day 21, because this is building a house with lots of bricks, and you don't want to miss this really good foundations that we're putting down now. So back to step 1, and I'll be waiting back here when you're up to day 21. Okay, so we've got shining our sinks on our list. We're doing that every day. We're doing it in the morning, we're doing it at night. We're getting dressed to shoes even when we don't feel like it. We're getting dressed, we're putting on something smart, getting presentable before we start our day. We've also started using a timer for 2 minutes, and we're getting a hot spot and we're clearing that off. I'm finding, when I got to day 21 the first time I did this, I'm finding I had to start looking for hot spots. That was a big turnaround for me. So another thing we're doing with our timer, this timer is becoming a close friend, is we are putting it on for 5 minutes. We're going into the worst room in the house, that one you don't want to go into and you don't want anybody to see. And for 5 minutes, we're clearing it out. We're getting some junk out of there. We're tidying it. We're organising it. It's a 5-minute room rescue. But remember, when the timer goes off, you stop and you come out of that room. Another thing we've got on our list, again with our timer, is our 15-minute declutter. Now, this is something that we're going to keep doing until we have a house where, I'm just going to keep doing it. There's always stuff coming into our house. We need to keep clean. But it's going to be really important to do it while we are getting control of our clutter. So 15 minutes on the timer. Declutter a room. Remember, you've got your 3 things. You've got a throwaway bag or box, you've got a giveaway bag or box, and you've got a put away bag or box. And that's how you're doing it. At the end of the 15 minutes, you pick up those 3 bags, rubbish in the rubbish. Giveaway goes to the opportunity shop or to charity, and put away, which is somewhere else in the house, you just go and you put those things away. 15 minutes, done. Tick. We've also created a control journal. Mine is bright pink control journal, and we've put some pictures in there that we find inspiring. We've got the 11 commandments of the Flylady, not to be confused with the 10 commandments, but 11 commandments of doing a Flylady system. And we've also put some quotes in there. I'm wondering what sort of quotes you've got in yours. Please share your quotes. Let's share the inspiration. Type your favourite quote into the comments. I'd love to hear your favourite quote from your control journal. We've got our routines up and going. We're checking them off as we go, giving ourselves a little hurrah when we've managed to do that. We're also looking at our calendars. Well, mine's a diary, but yours might be a wall calendar. You may have bought a Flylady calendar, I don't know. But we're looking at our calendars, and in particular, we're looking at them at night, thinking, okay, what am I doing tomorrow? What do I need to think about tomorrow? And that's helping us to decide what we want to wear. Are we going to be working out in the garden? Are we going to be going to a meeting? Are we going to be hanging out with friends? Think about what you're doing and what kind of clothes you need to wear for that situation. What else are we doing? Oh, laying out clothes. We've already talked about that. That's a real help in the morning. I love not having to make that decision first thing in the morning when my brain's still asleep. and we're getting up and we're making our beds and getting that lovely I've got one area in my house that's looking good. All these areas will be starting to connect pretty soon. I really hope you're starting to see some changes now. Yesterday we had a talk about laundry. How did that go? Were you able to get a load in and get that moving and start your own laundry system up that's going to work for you? And yeah, let me know how that went. I'll be really excited. So that's where we're up to. We've been busy. 21 days is just, amazing. Now, I said at the beginning we were going to talk about procrastination. Now, I would guess, in fact, no, I won't guess. I know that all of us are experts at procrastinating. We can come up with the most brilliant of reasons why we don't need to do something. Now, around my house in particular, mostly why I'm procrastinating is not because I don't want to deal with that item, that thing. It's because I don't want to make the decisions connected with it. I don't want to think, okay, well, I don't want to decide whether to throw that out because I've got a bit of a sentimental attachment. So I delay the decision and I put it away and try not to think about it. Or it might be an action. I delay the taking the action that I need to take. It might be cardboard boxes that something came in the house with, and I'll spend time walking around it rather than taking it out and put it in the recycling. I'm delaying the action that I need to take. And you just don't want to, some stuff you just plain don't want to do. I mean, it's not rocket science, you just jolly well don't want to do it. Meet your best friend, your timer. When you don't want to do something, take a little bit of time and say, okay, I don't want to do this, but I can do it for 5 minutes. I can do it for 10 minutes. I can do it for 15 minutes. I can do it for 2 minutes. Okay, just take a little bit of time and do something you don't want to do for a little bit of time because you know that it needs to be done, and life is going to be much better when you actually do it. Okay, so that's a way to get over that I don't want to do it, it's too big a job to do, the timer. Okay, so keep going with that. Again, I want to say this again, and I think I've said this a million times: when the timer stops, you stop. Don't keep going. That's how you get tired. That's how you burn out. This Flylady is not This Flylady is not rocket science. It's just common sense and a system, and working a system that works. Now I'm wondering. Now your house is getting a little bit more kind of with it, and you're getting some ideas about it. If you're doing this as a lone ranger, you're out there by yourself doing this, I wonder if it might be a good idea to actually connect with some other people and get some support for yourself. And the beauty of the internet is it doesn't have to be somebody on your street or in your family. You could connect with somebody else. Maybe share these videos with somebody on Facebook who you can do it together. Maybe there is a friend that that you can say we could do it together, and you guys can watch the videos, give me your comments, let me know how you're doing, and I can join your team. I can join your team because this, we want to support ourselves. We want to do this long term. We don't want to fizzle out and stop, and having that comradeship with other people, and as I said, you can have it with people around the world. So think about that. Think, how can you do that? Maybe there's somebody close you could do it with. Maybe a sister or a mother. Maybe a friend. Maybe you've got a friend you get together and moan about how difficult it is to keep your house clean. Maybe you could say, hey, why don't we try this together? That's a possibility as well. Think about how you can connect with each other today. Okay, please subscribe to my channel and share this video on Facebook, on Instagram, or wherever you can. Talk to your friends about it if they'd like to join you. And I'll see you tomorrow when we'll be on to day 22. We're counting down to our 31 days now, and thank you for sharing these few minutes with me. Bye from New Zealand.